Hi everybody, it's Diana and I am popping in with today's Teach Me Tuesdays live. I am going to quickly come over to my group and just make sure that I'm indeed in there. That way I can see if I'm in the actual groups. Hang on a minute.
It's Diana.
There we go.
Today's Teach Me Tuesdays live.
Get that out of there. Stop talking. Okay. All right. I just want to make sure that the camera is in the right place. So I see that I need to scoot over just a smidge. And I think that is better. Okay. So I hope you are not tired of seeing the, let's see, hang on a minute. Okay, I hope you're not tired of seeing the sunflower already since it's a brand new stamp set because I'm going to use it again today. And instead of the big one, I'm going to use the little tiny one here. And I'm going to use the thanks a bunch as the greeting. So let me get this out of the way. I don't know if any of you follow my YouTube, but I finally figured out how to do the little welcome kind of video. And so it was too funny that I got a thumbs down. And I was like, well, maybe they were thumbs downing that my hair is gray. I don't know. But people have told me any kind of, what do you call it? Interaction, whether it be a thumbs up or a thumbs down or whatever, is good. So I won't let it bother me too much. Okay, so the card that I'm going to show you today actually uses the note cards. Now, my friend Marcy Denning, she's a demonstrator in Canada. We went to school together. I think that was just a couple years ago, right? Anyway, she used note cards last week or a few days ago, and I thought, oh my gosh, I have not used note cards in so long. So I'm going to use them again. I'm going to use them today. So what I'm going to do is I have the little note card. Now, these are how they come. So you have your little folded note card. They have their little matching envelopes. So they make a simple, cute card. Now, if you are going to stamp on them, and let me show you, because I'm going to be using the blends today. So I'm just going to come over here and show you. So I'm just going to stamp a little sunflower there. Let it dry a second. All right. So while that dries, I'm going to get my little pieces ready that I kind of played with. My little thanks a bunch. I used the rectangle stitched to cut that out. It was a perfect size. All right. So let's say I'm stamping on my note card and I'm going to color with the blend. So I'm just going to color this like I'm doing the finished card. So I'm going to come over and I'm going to go around. I'm going to go around all my little sunflowers just to kind of make it look like there's a sky behind there. So this is just a light pool party. I'm going to go all the way around. All right, but let me turn it over. So see what happens? Your blends will bleed through, and that's how they're supposed to, like it saturates that paper, right? So it doesn't look like too bad, but if you were to continue on like I'm going to, so this is going to be quick. I'll color the real one, but let's just say I finished this card like I'm going to finish the regular one. It would be like kind of showing through. So what I'm doing, and this won't get wasted because you can trim it down and put it on a regular card. So what I have done ahead of time is I have stamped my sunflowers on Whisper White thick, and the note cards, when you fold them, are 3.5 by 5. So what I did was I trimmed this down. So it's like you go to the 3.5 and just pull it back a bit, and then go to the 5 and pull it back I did from the 5, and that way you're going to have a cute little border around the card when it's done. So let's get going to the fun part of the coloring. Okay, so I already kind of showed you how I'm going to color it. So I stamped just randomly sunflowers all around on my card with the memento. Remember, when you're using the blends, you have to use the memento. And then I'm just going to use my blends. Now, I'm just going to go around all of them like I did. And again, it's just going to kind of, to me, it just makes it look like the sky is back there. You could totally color the whole thing if you wanted, but I still want to leave that white. So I'm just going around quick. And I also did the same thing with the ones I'm going to pop out, because yes, this stamp set has a matching die, so it's very cool. So you can cut your sunflowers and your leaves out. And it has some other little fun little shapes as well. So I'm just quickly going around, and you don't have to be super anal about it. I'm just going around little, and I went all the way around. So this is a little different than when I use a shadow line, because then I usually just do one side of it. And what I did ahead of time was for these flowers, so this is what I did. And then here I did with the dark, so I chose that I liked the light better. So I just stamped them on the Whisper White Thick, and I went around them before I cut them out. Okay? So that way it's just a little easier. Now I wouldn't color them all the way in, just in case you boo-boo, because then you've colored a whole flower in and you messed it up. This way you've just outlined it if you mess it up. Okay, so let's start coloring. Hello everybody. I will also upload this to Facebook. So if you're on, not Facebook, but on my YouTube channel, and you're watching a replay and you hear me say hi to people, it's because this was a Facebook Live and I can see people commenting. Okay, so I'm just putting a little bit of the dark soft suede, and I'm going to come over here and put a little bit on these as well. Just quick. That's why I love coloring flowers. You do not have to be super careful. So then I'm going to go with the light. So hopefully this will give you another idea to do with this beautiful stamp set. This is actually the stamp set that I have as my seasonal class of the month. So if you want to get this stamp set in the mail and supplies to make 10 cards, let me know. Sign up. You can go to my blog. Where is my blog? Here it is. You can go to my blog right there and let me know. There's a sign up. You can sign up there. All right, so now I'm just going to touch just a little bit, just to soften some of the lines. Don't be super anal about it. Don't let it bother you if there's like a dark line. Okay, so that was just my soft suedes, dark and light. Now I'm going to go to mango. So I'm going to use the dark mango. And this is very similar to how I did the watercoloring last week. So I am coming in here close to where the seeds are, or the center of the sunflower, with my dark. I'm doing the same thing to all the flowers. Now, if you're worrying too much, if you're going to do too many, you don't want to let it dry in between the blending, because then it will be hard to blend. But I'm not worrying about it too much with the sunflower because it's nature. So if it is a little harder to blend, that's okay, because I want that to be dark. I want that to be dark. So I'm going to do that to these ones too. You can tell I love my mango. He's beat up. He is a mess, but he still works. I still love my mango marker. I have a whole stash when they start to dry up. I won't even show you because it's a little embarrassing. Okay, let's see here. Yes, so the memento, if you have some back orders with the memento and you ordered for me, just let me know and I can check the whatchamacallit when they're supposed to come in. All right, because I'm like seeing now Denise, she's one of my girls, so she will have to check her own order because she's a demonstrator too. All right, so now I'm just going with the dark daffodil and I'm just adding a little bit next to the mango. Again, quick, because it is nature. It's a sunflower. I have all these little pieces everywhere. And you don't want to be too, because I'm going to make a ton of these. So when you're doing lots of cards, because I usually try to make a bunch at a time, and if I'm going to make a bunch at a time, I will not put the greeting on it. So I'm going to put the greeting on just for the card today. And I know I need to make a bunch of thank you cards for orders and things like that. So I know I need thank yous. But if you don't know what you're going to use a card for, I always tell everybody, don't put the greeting right away. You can always add the greeting later to the card. But if you might have a card and you go, oh my gosh, that would have been the most beautiful card for Jane and she's not feeling well. I could have made it be like a get well, but you've stuck happy birthday on it or something. Then I always do the greetings later if I'm making a bunch. So keep that in mind. That's just a little tricks. Now this is the light daffodil, and I am just going and adding a little bit again like I did last week. I'm leaving a little bit of white on my ends where the light would hit that sunflower. Cute. Don't forget this one over here. And wait till I get to the leaves. That just finishes it up. Okay, let me go look at my comments really quick. See if there's any questions. Hello, Janet. And Marcy, I say your name in case you missed it. I said your name. You have to watch it. Re-watch it if you missed it. Because I was watching the time. Jeff's home from work, and I was like, if the door's closed, don't come in. Because I will be videotaping. And it's like 100, and I don't know what the degree is. But I turn my air conditioner off when I do the videos. I didn't last week, and I could hear it in the background. So I turned it off today, and it is hotter than heck. So I'm just cooking and coloring. All right, so there are my sunflowers. Get that out of there. And then the leaves. So last week I did, where is my card from last week? Blah, blah, blah. Here's my card from last week. And I used old olive and crushed curry. So, but this week I'm using mango and daffodil because I'm using the blend. So we don't have all the colors in the blends. So that's why I chose those. Very, very similar. But this week I'm using the granny apple. And I love saying that because I miss my granny so much. So I love that we have a color that says granny in it. We also have a new color that says just jade. And I have a niece that's jade. So I love that one too. All right, so I'm putting the dark granny apple green just up underneath where the flower is. Did I get any leaves there? Nope. I was trying to stamp so that I would get some more leaves, but I didn't. And then I'm going to do the same thing here. A little bit dark. Love it. Spin those around. And I was going to do these ahead of time, and I thought, well, I'm just going to totally finish the card this time instead of having some of them done, just so that I can kind of see how long it really takes, right? Okay. And then if I stopped gabbing, it might go faster. Okay, so there was the dark. Now, I'm going to do the light granny apple, and instead of coming down, I'm going to go up into the dark because I don't want to get rid of that line. So if you come down, you're going to lighten that dark. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come from the tip and go up into the dark. So what that does is it gives me my light end, Let me see if I can go a little closer. It gives me my light end, but it leaves that dark in underneath because the lighter will lighten up that dark. So spin that around. So that's just how I did that. Okay, so same thing here. Start from the tip and just color up to the dark. All right, that way it's only going to lighten where it touches the dark only. It won't lighten up underneath the flower like if I were to color the whole thing. So, all right, get that out of the way. All right, so same thing. So now I have my leaves done and my stems, or my leaves and my flowers. So cute. Now the fun part. Now comes the assembly. So I am going to, so the thanks a bunch, I'm going to put down here. Now I stamped it down. I actually punched it. I stamped it first, and then when I embossed it out with the Big Shot or the your embossing machine, whatever you use, I pulled the die down so that it wasn't in the center, because when I glue my flowers on, I want my flower to overhang my greeting. So if it had been in the center, it would have covered that up. So that's why I have pulled it down. So I'm going to use a couple dimensionals, and I'm going to put one in the center so we don't have a saggy center. All right, so I'm going to put this on here. Now remember, I cut this down just a smidge so I could use the, there was a little crooked there. I know I'm kind of anal. All right, so remember I cut it down a smidge so that I am able to put it on to the note card. So now I'm going to put these little guys. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing. Now this one, I want to put my dimensional here. Now this is kind of backwards, but I want to make sure that I don't, because sometimes if you put the dimensional on here, you by accident, you put the dimensional here. Well, now your dimensional is on here, and then it's way too high. So if you just kind of visualize that, okay, that's going to get covered, then I can put my dimensionals on the card itself, and then I know that it's not going to be in the wrong spot. All right. So same kind of way with these guys. So now I'm going to put, I think I want to put that one there. And then I lost one. There he is. And I think I'm going to put one here. So the same kind of thing. Because I'm going to trim these. So I'm going to put a dimensional there and there. And now this guy's going to go here, get on there, and this guy's going to go here. Now if I was not going to trim them, I wouldn't be doing the dimensionals this way. I would put the dimensional right on the sunflower, but since I'm going to trim them, I just want to make sure that the dimensional is within, because when I made the original, and I'll show you the original and then I'll show you how I did it. So here is the finished card. So see how beautiful this is? So what I did was I trimmed, and I'll show you that now. But I put the dimensionals on the sunflowers first, and then the dimensional was hanging. It was like hanging. So that's why I did the dimensionals this time. So my boo-boo, or not a boo-boo, but I learned from doing. Is this video private only for members of Stampin' with Die? It should be, Jackie. I hope I am in the Stamping with Die group. So it should be. But I will upload it to my YouTube channel, so then everybody will be able to see it. But if you have a friend that you think that would be interested in this channel, let me know, and I can add them so that they could see it live and not waiting for me to put it on the YouTube. But yes, it is just in this group only right now, Jackie. Okay, so now these overhang. So what I was thinking was, once I was doing that, I'm like a squirrel, right? Or whatever. Like my mind goes one direction, one to another. Where did I put the main card? Okay. Oh my goody golly. Hang on a minute. Because I did some regular size cards, and I will find them after because I'm not going to take any more time. But anyways, so this is the smaller one that I cut for the, oh, Jackie, yeah, because it's in the group. So I'll have to add your girls and I can approve them. I think you're an administrator of this group though, Jackie, so you should be able to add them. Anyways, okay, so back to this. So once I was doing this, I thought, oh, it would look so cool if it was on the regular size card and you left these hanging out. But I wanted to keep it with the note card. So I'm turning this over and I'm taking my scissors. Now don't worry, these are my paper only scissors. And I'm cutting that off. So see, this is why you don't want that dimensional sticking out. And then I'm just going to use some glue dots just so that it sits a little bit off of the card. So put some glue dots. Oh my gosh, I am sweating like you wouldn't believe with that air conditioner off. Okay, so I put some glue dots on the back. And now I'm going to stick it to the card. Now I need to pull this so I can actually see. Because it's a very, very thin... it's a very, very thin little line because I still want it, it's a note card, but it just kind of pops it. But isn't that the most cutest little card? So there's the two. So, and they just, you know, this one is the one I just did and the sunflowers are a little closer. And then this is the one that I played with earlier. And then of course I stamped, oh see, there's the envelope for the big card because this is the big envelope. Because these fit in the smaller envelope. So what I like to do is, if I'm going to send it to somebody, I'm going to send it like this, and I'm going to send it in the big envelope so that they can in turn send this card to a friend themselves, right? So they're kind of getting like a little present. So I love doing that. So that's why the note cards are fun too, because they will fit inside a regular size envelope. But, okay, I think that is all I wanted to share today. Again, this is where you can find my blog. If you want to ask about the class in the mail, my June host code, tomorrow is June the 3rd. The catalog starts tomorrow, noon, Mountain D time, whatever that stands for, whatever Utah time is. So if you have anything in your cart right now that is retiring in my store, you're going to want to make sure you order that today, because if you log in tomorrow to order, it won't be in your cart because the retired list ends today. So that's just a little tidbit of information. So anyways, okay. Oh, what color did I use to outline the flowers? That was light Pool Party was what I went around the flowers. And then what I did was I did go around them ahead of time before I die cut them out. The centers were dark and light smoky slate. The flower petals were dark mango and light and dark daffodil delight. And the leaves were granny apple green, light and dark. So that is the colors that I used. And then I stamped with the Memento ink pad. And this week I used the note cards because they're just so cute and I need to use them more often. Okay, so I'm going to say see you later. I'm going to get this uploaded into YouTube so that people will also get to see it over there. But again, if you have any questions, please let me know and I'll answer them as soon as I can. So have a great night and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.